Welcome to our documentary. This is gonna be about the flyers of Papantla. The dance of the flyers of Papantla. Now, we do not know the exact origins of it, but it is thought to have originated with the Huastec, Nahuatl, and Otomi people in Sierra de Puebla and mountain areas of Veracruz. There's a common myth regarding the purpose of this well-known ritual. The myth has been confirmed to have a reasoning behind it. Such reasoning actually is merely a ritual to the sun gods and a ritual for fertile land. Each hand motion of the caporal signals a specific acrobatic that flyers must execute. In ancient times, even picking and chopping down the tree that serves as the pole was a ritual in it itself, that required praying and asking the forest for forgiveness. And the outfits reference the plumage of birds, and the ribbons are an analogy of the rainbow that comes after the rain. A stretcher is also placed and works as support for the Papantla flyers, and the trunk should never touch the ground when it is cut. It is even known that it was forbidden for women to touch it, since it was considered a symbol of bad omen. Typically, now, although the modern-day performance is close to what the original ritual would have been like, there have been many modifications throughout the years. While early versions began with the felling of a tree that would become the central pole, a process known as Kiki, it's now far more common to see permanent metal poles used instead. The reason for this is that a wood pole would expand and eventually collapse. This ritual started as a prayer to the god of rain for the dry times of the year.
The origin of the Papantla flyers is a ritual which was done as a way to plead for the rain to fall over the crops in times of drought. Ancient and universal, this fertility dance is filled with symbolism. An essential part of the ritual is the trunk, but Papantla flyers also need a sort of steering wheel that allows them to spin while descending. This wheel is traditionally made with wooden remains of the trunk, used for the pole which the Papantla flyers use to slowly descend. Nowadays, the voladores of Papantla are a tourist attraction, with shows being performed regularly in tourist destinations across the country, such as Puerto Vallarta, Playa del Carmen, and Mexico City's Chapultepec Park. They start training at the age of 14 because they have to have a certain weight and height so they can spin and spin down properly without any problems. It normally takes 5 years to master the training and properly do the ritual. The leader has a risky and challenging task. He must play a traditional music with a flute and a small drum while dancing at the top of the trunk.
Typically, 5 men dressed in red and white outfits with mirrored elements and rainbow headdresses representing the sun and the rainbows, respectively. They climb up a 30-meter high pole before 4 of them proceed to tie themselves to the top of the pole with a rope. The 5th member, known as the caporal, either plays the flute, bangs on the drums, or sings on the top of the pole. You can talk about the caporal as if he was the leader. The 4 flyers, representative of the Earth's cardinal directions and elements, launch themselves backwards into the pole, beginning the glorious descent towards the ground. To be able to spin, there's a wheel at the top. It's normally red-colored. This ceremony has been in existence for the last 450 years. There have been many reasons why you should visit Papantla, one of which is that the most other rituals and dances that there is, for example, the dance of the negritos. Now, that's not the only reason you might walk into the town. You'll be greeted by a lot of friendly people and nice smell of vanilla. The reason being that vanilla scent was harvested in that same town of Papantla.
Thank you for listening to our documentary. We hope you enjoyed it. This was made by Arik Salinas, Ian Romay, and Jack Mondlak.
The origin of the Papantla flyers is a ritual